A short time ago, President Biden took the stage at the United Nations General Assembly, delivering an address to foreign dignitaries and leaders from around the world. His message, stand with Ukraine. But the president touched on several other subjects as well, including China, climate change, and artificial intelligence. Eyewitness News reporter NJ Burkett live outside the UN. NJ?
Out here on 2nd Avenue, where thousands have gathered to protest human rights abuses in Iran. This is one of several protests, as you know, that have been scheduled so far this week as the United Nations General Assembly gets underway. And as you said a moment ago, 90 minutes ago, President Biden took the world stage to give his third address to the UN General Assembly.
Joseph R. Biden, Jr., President of the United States of America.
President Biden came to the United Nations to urge world leaders to unite to face the crises of climate change and global conflict, using his speech before the General Assembly to pose a question.
I ask you this: if we abandon the core principles of the United States to appease an aggressor, can any member state in this body feel confident that they are protected?
Mr. Biden insisted that Russia's invasion of Ukraine poses a threat to all nations. World leaders, he said, must send a message to Russia.
Russia alone bears responsibility for this war. Russia alone has the power to end this war immediately. And it's Russia alone that stands in the way of peace, because Russia's price for peace is Ukraine's capitulation, Ukraine's territory, and Ukraine's children.
Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky was in the audience, but Russian leader Vladimir Putin was not. One of several world leaders to skip this year's General Assembly, along with the leaders of China, France, and the United Kingdom, who sent diplomats instead. Outside the United Nations, demonstrators took to the streets by the thousands, many to protest human rights abuses by the government of Iran. The Iranian president is expected to speak later this afternoon.
We're here to send a message that he does not represent the Iranian people. On the other hand, he is a criminal that should be prosecuted and held accountable for crimes against humanity and genocide.
And back now here, the live picture on 2nd Avenue, a very vivid demonstration taking place against the Iranian regime here. This demonstration extends from here, which is the corner of 2nd Avenue, 47th Street, all the way down to 1st Avenue. That entire city block is packed with people. Again, as I said, it's one of several demonstrations taking place this week as the UN General Assembly gets underway. The Iranian president, as we said a moment ago, expected to speak later this afternoon. The president of Ukraine could take the podium within the hour.